Welcome to ACC Student News.
The news students can use. I'm Ricardo Castillo.
And I'm Nathan Previs, and here are this week's stories.
17 people were killed and more than 15 injured in a mass shooting at Marjory Stoneman Douglas High School in Parkland, Florida on February 14, 2018. This brought the total number of school shootings in the United States since the beginning of the year to 18, or roughly 3 per week. The suspected gunman tried to fire at fleeing students from the building's third-floor windows, but the high-impact windows didn't shatter, a state senator said. After he fired several rounds, Nikolas Cruz reportedly dropped his weapon and he hid among the crowd as students and faculty evacuated. Police captured Cruz over an hour later in Coral Springs, located about a mile away. He was taken to a local hospital and then released into police custody. Cruz confessed to arriving at the high school with an AR-15 rifle and a backpack of additional loaded magazines, and told investigators he shot students that he saw in the hallways and on school grounds. Cruz may plead guilty to avoid the death penalty, his lawyer reportedly said Friday. Classes are slated to resume at Marjory Stoneman Douglas High School on a modified schedule on February 27th.
Following the horrific events that took place last Wednesday at Stoneman Douglas High School are starting a revolution for change in America. After 17 people lost their lives as they were gunned down by Nikolas Cruz, events of the high anxiety among family and friends waiting to reconnect in safety, a tremendous loss was felt in Parkland, Florida, and all across the world. However, the world is not only grieving. Several student walkouts have taken place at schools to remember the victims and push for gun control. Millions of dollars have been raised for the March for Our Lives movement, an event to rally for increased gun control and school safety measures, and this is scheduled for March 24th.
Recently, this past week, Whiting was devastated by a turning event. A local Whiting High School student was shot during a drive-by shooting. They tried to rush him to the hospital. When they arrived to the hospital, however, he was in critical condition. Unfortunately, he did not make it. This unfortunate event has caused a big emotional downhill for Whiting. In honor of Ralph, Whiting has canceled basketball games and Spirit Week.
Team USA sent a record 244 Winter Olympians to this year's games, but several U.S. star athletes have slipped down the ranks, failing to medal in events where they were expected to win the gold as of Sunday night. But more than halfway through these Olympics, the U.S. had earned 10 medals. At this rate, Team USA is on track to fall far short of its 2014 Olympics haul of 28 medals and could also beat its lowest medal count in the Winter Olympics in decades.
Black Panther had a successful box office opening. It brought in around $235 million in its first 4-day debut in the U.S. and Canada. Black Panther generated the 5th largest opening weekend of all time and the largest ever in West and East Africa. Black Panther is the first Marvel movie to ever be directed by an African American and is being praised for its diversity. It is ranked as the second biggest box office opening for Marvel Studios, coming in just behind The Avengers. The film is expected to continue gaining powerful numbers in the U.S. and Canada this weekend. Analysis predict a huge growth of $100 million. Black Panther has been deemed a global phenomenon.
After buying the $3 lottery ticket, Bill Pendergast and his wife won $1 million. After losing most of their belongings in a wildfire in Fort McMurray, Alberta, the couple is now able to finish restoring their family home, which they have spent the last 2 years trying to rebuild. Pendergast bought the $3 Atlantic Lotto ticket on his way to visit his ill father earlier this month. The next day, he received a call from his aunt asking if he bought a ticket because someone won $1 million. Thinking nothing of it, Pendergast checked his ticket number and realized that he had won. After this discovery, he called his wife, Carrie, to tell her the news. And that's all the time we have for this week. I'm Nathan Previs.
I'm Ricardo Castillo.
Make sure to check out the rest of our videos on YouTube.
And why not follow us on Twitter?
At ACC TV Hammond.